Lawmakers at the state capitol. A lot of people are talking about that.
Sure.
We just got word about another person throwing their hat in the ring for Minneapolis mayor. And then more on Oscar nominations and the Minnesota tie with that. But first, we got to talk about the weather, the warm up that's going to happen soon.
Starting to get ready for that,
Yeah.
but it's not here yet. You'll notice that right away when you step outside. It's cold once again. Probably noticed that if you got up earlier this morning as well. Yeah, not as nice as we were yesterday. Temp at 7 right now with lots of sunshine and a mostly clear sky. We've snuck up an extra degree. We're now to 8 with a lot of temps in the single digits across the area. So we take a peek at the wind chill though. That's what you really feel when you step outside. A 7 below here in the metro, even down close to 15 below in St. Cloud. So a little bit of bitter air moving around, the wind shifting around from the southwest yesterday to the northwest today. That made a big difference and why our temperatures dropped, let alone behind a cold front and a clearing sky and a high pressure building down. Look back to our west. There's a system that will start to bring in some light snow and flurry chances tomorrow. It won't be a big deal, but it will shift the wind back around and our temps will start to warm up. But still cold today and still another cold night tonight, CC, with highs in the low teens today, and we'll be down close to 0 tonight. More on that weekend warm up coming up.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Mace. Now to our top story. In about an hour, the state Supreme Court will start hearing a case that could shape how Minnesota House lawmakers move forward. It comes after a drama-filled start to this session. Audrey Russo breaks down the lawsuit.
At the heart of this dispute filed by the DFL and Secretary of State, what exactly is a quorum? Republicans say they've got it with 67 members, while the DFL insists 68 are needed. Now, the confusion centers around a vacant Roseville seat, leaving the balance of power at 67-66. A Democrat was barred from serving over residency issues. Governor Walz called a special election, but the High Court pushed it to March, saying it was too soon. So now justices must decide, can the GOP run with a temporary majority for 2 months, or should they share power with the DFL? It's a decision that some believe could come as early as tomorrow.
I do think that they're going to want to, make some statement or ruling relatively quickly so that, both sides get the message that, they're going to have to figure this out one way or the other.
Now remember, this is a budget year, so if they can't agree, we could be looking at a special session in May and even a shutdown in July. Back to you.
Well, thanks to Audrey for that breakdown. We have new details about a situation in San Antonio, Texas overnight where 7 police officers were shot. Officers say the incident started at an apartment building last night where police were reporting to a suicide call. A first officer was shot, leading to a standoff where 6 others were hit by gunfire. They're expected to be okay, though. The suspect was found dead after the standoff, and investigators are still working to see if he was shot by an officer or a self-inflicted wound. Here in Minnesota, a lawsuit claims the lives of hundreds of officers and their families are at risk because of a mistake made by the state. The lawsuit filed by the Minnesota Police and Peace Officers Association says the state's post board made a mistake when fulfilling a data request for names of officers. It says the board accidentally included the names of 257 undercover officers, which is not public. The suit says the information was online for 5 months before an officer noticed. The post board confirmed the error in an email obtained by KARE 11 News and asked that everyone delete it. The website did take the names down. In Minneapolis, no charges will be filed against a police officer who shot and killed a man back in June. It happened near the intersection of East 34th Street and Hiawatha Avenue. Police were responding to reports of someone being threatened with a gun and say when they caught up with Michael Risto, he turned toward them with a gun in his hand. That's when officers opened fire. The Hennepin County Attorney's Office says it found no evidence of unlawful behavior by officers. Well, now to this. Another big name in Minneapolis is joining the race for mayor. Yeah, Jazz Hampton is the CEO and general counsel at TurnSignal, an on-demand lawyer app. He announced his run less than 2 hours ago, releasing a campaign video detailing his work as an attorney and accomplishments with the Innocence Project. He joins a fairly crowded race with several people expected to challenge incumbent Mayor Jacob Frey. Mayor Frey hasn't officially announced his candidacy yet. You can find a list of other candidates at KARE11.com. Now to California, where the wildfire crisis is far from over. A new fire is now spreading quickly toward Los Angeles area homes. In fact, every 2 to 3 seconds, the Hughes fire is burning land about the size of a football field. Tens of thousands of people are under evacuation orders and warnings. The National Weather Service is extending its red flag warning into tomorrow for most of LA and Ventura counties.
And as we continue through these weather conditions, we recognize that it's not over yet. We recognize that we still have a couple of days to go.
Officials say it's been less windy than when the Palisades fire started, allowing them to continue aerial attacks. Well, in just minutes, Governor Tim Walz will unveil his 2025 infrastructure plan in Mankato. That's where the Rapidan Dam failed during historic flooding last summer. His proposal includes $10 million to support dam recovery efforts. It also has funding for flood mitigation and prevention. The other big focuses are on creating jobs, protecting clean drinking water, and keeping communities safe by investing in a new State Patrol headquarters. His announcement comes as funding to replace Duluth's deteriorating Blotnick Bridge could be put on hold. A recent executive order signed by President Trump directs agencies to review disbursements to confirm the money is consistent with the infrastructure law. The bipartisan effort is funding dozens of projects across the country right now, and that includes the bridge connecting Duluth to Superior that was expected to get $1 billion. Now, while this order could delay repairs, some lawmakers say it will weed out any wasteful spending.
This is a project that has been well vetted. It has the strong support of Minnesota and Wisconsin. It's very much needed.
It's important to make sure that we have good projects that are going forward that meet the qualifications of real infrastructure here in America.
The executive order says agencies have 90 days to submit a report. There's no timeline about when the feds will make a ruling and greenlight the money. Now to some lighter news. 11 Minnesota chefs and restaurants are semifinalists for this year's James Beard Awards, one of the highest achievements in the culinary world. In Minneapolis, Anna Med of Kaluna is up for Outstanding Chef, Spoon and Stable nominated for Outstanding Restaurant, and both Boucheron and Vinay are vying for Best New Restaurant. Mucci's in St. Paul is nominated for Outstanding Hospitality, and Bar Brava for Outstanding Wine and Beverage. The winners will be announced in June. Good luck to them. Well, with some cold temperatures and a little bit of snow on the ground, it's time to start celebrating winter. In just a few hours, the St. Paul Winter Carnival officially gets underway. Our Jason Hackett has a preview of some of the fun.
Greetings from Rice Park here in St. Paul, or should I say Ice Park, as you can see here, sitting on this ice throne. It's all about winter here at the 139th edition of the St. Paul Winter Carnival. There's a reason why they call it the coolest celebration on earth. It's also the oldest winter festival here in the United States. So it's all running January 23rd through February 2nd. This year's festival features more than 50 events, both traditional favorites and some new ones that will be added to the mix as well.
There's a new kickoff event that the Kates are doing actually tonight right here in Landmark Center. If you don't like the cold, it's in the warmth. But it's their cabaret and casino night. While we do honor our history, we also change with the time.
Hail Warriors! Hail the Queen!
Most of the events are taking place here in the city of St. Paul, primarily in downtown St. Paul and here at Rice Park, aka Ice Park, Landmark Center along Grand Avenue, and at the Minnesota State Fairgrounds.
It never gets old. At the end of Carnival, the Vulcans kick Boreas and the royal family off the throne. So that signals an end of winter in St. Paul, and we bring the warmth back.
So be sure to bring out the entire family. Most of the events are free, which is even more of an incentive. It should be a fun time here in St. Paul. Reporting here from the Ice Throne in Ice Park, Jason Hackett, back to you.